Happy New Year, everybody. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu, to use the Japanese phrase. Yeah, last year was quite a productive year for me. For one thing, I got this book, Japanese book, translated by Toshiyuki Hayashi, and it came out, well, I was able to use the same cover. The publisher allowed me to do that, so there it is in English, 8 Steps to Build an Invincible Team. So that was one thing. Oh, and by the way, I also made a hardcover version of it, so it's all on Amazon for those who are interested. I went to Sri Lanka, which has a deep connection with my family, because my father was born there and his father was a tea planter. So I wasn't intending to produce a book about that or connected with that, but because I took so many photos, this is what happened. I put them into this book, Sri Lanka, A Travelogue with Family History. And actually that's my dad right there. God bless him. Okay, and my grandfather is here, the one with the white suit sitting down. So that was good, and yes, you'll be no doubt pleased to know that I made a hardcover version as well. But because the insides are color photographs mostly, like this. It's not available on Amazon Japan, and in fact, basically the best place to get it is Amazon.com. And then I also, at the end of the year, managed to revamp an edition which I produced in 2009 of this book. The original was much bigger, 8.5 by 11 inch, which is a US letter size. And this is only 6 by 9, so it's a much more manageable size, I think. I've been wanting to do that for a while, and fortunately, with a little bit of fiddling, I managed to get this down to the right size using Amazon KDP. In fact, what I really did was I uploaded the original 8.5 by 11 inch US letter size, and they managed to shrink it for me to the right size without, I think there was one minor problem with one page, which is slightly smaller than the rest, but basically 527 pages, so that's not a bad thing. So all of that was good. And then Sri Lanka itself, of course, was fantastic. But what I'm currently working on is another translation. There we have it. It's a little paperback, the type that you see salarymen reading on Japanese trains a lot. So this one is Joi no Bakumatsushi. It's about expulsionism in the Bakumatsu period, which is 1853 to 1868. And it's by Machida Akihiro, who's a noted historian, who's given me permission to translate it. And as you can see, I am doing quite a lot of had to put quite a lot of notes there, which I do before I do the actual translation. So I sort of look up the words and write down how they sound, and then when I've done that, I can check the meaning as well, the English meaning. So it's a two-stage process. Unlike, for example, German, you would just go straight to the English meaning if you're translating from German. But of course, for Japanese, you've got an extra stage in the middle. But it's all fun, and I think I will be probably self-publishing this one as well. And by the way, if you've watched any of my videos before, you may feel that the quality of the video is better, and it indeed should be, because I've just acquired a MacBook M2, a MacBook Air M2, I should say, and I'm very pleased with it so far. And the camera certainly looks very good, and it's a bit wider as well. And anyway, here am I sitting in my office or study, whatever you want to call it, with Ernest Satow behind me. Oh, hang on, this side. Here he is, Ernest Satow. yeah. Okay, so all of that's good. And looking forward to plenty of rugby this year after last year, the World Cup, which was excellent, of course. And I was watching some good games this weekend. Yeah, some exciting ones, very close games at the end. And long may it continue. As for Japan, the Eddie Jones is, of course, the head coach. So we'll see how that goes. I have to say, because I do support Japan, as well as Scotland, I would be only too pleased to be proven wrong that, when I say that I don't think it was a good decision to choose Eddie Jones. So, well, we'll see what happens. What I've heard so far is he's emphasized the speed of Japanese rugby. Well, yeah, we all are aware of that. He also talked about Japanese being smaller. Well, I don't know. Have you seen some of the Japanese players these days? I think that's a little bit old hat, that one, personally. But still, I'll be only too pleased if the team does well this year. But they do have problems of not having a Sunwolves type team fixed up, so they'll just have to make the best of the League One as a training ground for, or a halfway house towards the Japan representative team. But frankly, when they had the Sunwolves, it was a lot better. They went better, and of course they got into the best 8, which is their best ever result in the World Cup. Okay, so there we go. I think I'll leave it there, and I will continue producing short videos, sort of 10 seconds, basically, more or less, which a lot of them turn out to be local cats that I come across on my walks. And then, I don't know, there might be some academic stuff that I put in. My channel is a bit of a mishmash, as you probably know. But looking forward to a good year. Oh, and hopefully I shall be visiting another part of the globe, which I will talk about perhaps later. I expect to go there in September, which seems to be the best month for me to go traveling. All right. So once again, Happy New Year, and look forward to connecting with you later. Bye now. Bye.